Welcome to the NC DWI Guy podcast, where defenders of the Constitution assemble to prepare for courtroom battle and firm owners gather to develop marketing strategies that will revolutionize the practice of criminal defense. Here's your host, the NC DWI Guy, Jake Minnick.
Hello, fellow freedom fighters, and welcome to another episode of the NC DWI Guy podcast. Today, we are back on the marketing track, right? We are not just about winning in the courtroom, about improving our trial skills. That's one goal of the podcast, is to help listeners improve their skills in the courtroom, but we're also trying to make our clients' lives better. We're trying to improve our clients, to improve our communities, to improve our team. So we're back on the marketing track today, talking about implementation of new ideas into your current process, into your current systems. We had a day yesterday, one of our weekly huddles yesterday, or during our weekly huddle yesterday, we focused on golden ticket ideas. So I stole this golden ticket idea from an episode of The Office where Michael Scott comes running in dressed as Willy Wonka. I couldn't afford the purple suit jacket. Didn't feel like getting a top hat for this particular virtual huddle that we were doing, but same idea. Michael Scott comes running in and says, hey, we need to have some golden ticket ideas. 5 or 6 golden ticket ideas got NASA to the moon, is what Michael Scott says. So he's like, shoot, and Jim gives some legitimate ideas. Michael tells him he's talking too much. Andy is like, the Golden Girls. How about Golden Grams? I don't really know what we're doing, right? So, Andy doesn't get it. Great episode, great show. But that's what we were doing, was kind of thinking about some golden ticket ideas. And there were some incredible ideas brought into that meeting by the team. I asked everybody to get their golden ticket ideas prepared for the meeting, to send them out to me prior to us actually engaging in conversation. And then the point of the meeting itself was really to discuss implementation of the golden ticket ideas, because that is really where the rubber meets the road. How many times have you had a uncle who, or a family member? Uncle's just a good family relation, like far enough removed that your crazy uncle comes to you. But how many of us have had a family member, a close friend, say, "Man, you're an attorney. Hey, can you work on a patent for me? Because I've got this incredible idea for rear view mirrors in a family van." Right? Or I've got this incredible idea for how to create this mobile app, and so I need a patent lawyer, right? And so they've got the idea percolating in their mind, but in terms of kind of gaining traction or actually moving towards something that would ultimately fulfill that goal, bring that service, bring that good to the public, they really haven't taken any steps forward. It's just it's started and finished at the idea itself. There is no implementation. And I think when all of us sit down to work on our business, to work on our practice, when we take a day, when we take a weekend, when we take a week, when we take a couple of hours to sit down and actually think about how we want to improve our businesses, we come up with all of these great ways that we're going to do that. How we're going to get our clients' matters handled faster, how we're going to provide a better service, how we're going to improve the lives of our clients, how we're going to market better, how we're going to improve our internal communication, right? All of these things that are so valuable to the lifeblood of the organization, to improving the organization. We come up with these things, and then Monday morning rolls around. We get back into the routine, and all of those golden ticket ideas that we have had are lost. And what I would say today is that you have to come up with a process for implementing great ideas that are either your own creation or are coming to you from members of your team. You have to be able to implement the improvements that will advance your legal business, that will make your clients' lives better, that will make the community better. You have to be able to implement these ideas. And so I just wanted to kind of offer a reflection on that front. We've talked about a couple of episodes in the podcast. We've talked about the importance of taking time away from your business to work on your business, the importance of marketing retreat, the importance of spending time set aside for nothing except improving your legal practice. Today, we're going to talk about when you've done that, when you've actually taken the time aside to think about how you could do things better at your office. How can you make sure that you are implementing that? And so in terms of implementation, in terms of this idea of moving forward, I just wanted to offer, again, a brief reflection on that end of things. So Sun Tzu once said that opportunities multiply as they are seized. So when we think about how we are going to create, how we are going to move our business forward, once we've kind of decided this idea is something that really would create more value, you have to start working at implementing that. You have to start working at pushing forward on that front. And I'll give an example of this. About a year ago, and I've talked about this previously on the podcast, about a year ago, I got intentional about I wanted to spend 10 days or less in court a month. So I wanted to look at my calendar for the upcoming month and most of the time 2 months out, and try to figure out what specific days I was going to need to be in court. Instead of just kind of checking the calendar the morning of, as I walk into the office, I wanted to know that, it's February. In March, I want to know that I'm going to be in court on March the 2nd, the 4th, the 12th, the 13th, the 18th, the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and the 28th. And that's it. I'm not going to be in court any more than that. Those are the days that I am going to be set aside to being in court. So I set out to actually looking at my calendar, contacting to the DAs, seeing if I could move cases around so that I wouldn't be wasting time sitting in court. And as I started to kind of walk down the road of moving towards that implementation of that golden ticket idea of only being in district court 10 days a month, other opportunities abounded, right? Other uses of that freed up time abounded. And so, in the words of Sun Tzu, opportunities multiply as they are seized. You have to take that first step towards that golden ticket idea, not do it a year down the road, 6 months down the road, set no important time frame for moving forward on that. You have to be able to do that quickly. Had an opportunity recently to go to Disney World with the family, which was amazing. We got to go for a week vacation in Florida, which in the middle of February is pretty dang amazing. Sunny Florida skies. I don't know if practicing in Florida, you could even call that work. It's so gorgeous down there. It was amazing weather, sunny every day. We were there for a week. We pretty much hung out by the pool every day, but We did take the 7 kids to Magic Kingdom one day, took the grandparents. Everybody was exhausted, but nobody got too grumpy. So I was really happy about that. We had a great family time. Awesome family trip. But I was thinking about where Disney World was and just standing in Magic Kingdom, standing in this, massive amount of space that was created by one person who literally looked at this dead zone in Florida and said, this is going to be a great place to build the largest theme park the world has ever seen. And we're going to build, not just a couple of roller coasters, but we're going to build a theme park. In fact, we're going to build, multiple theme parks, resorts that are going to kind of surround the theme parks, a transit system that's going to go from one place to the next, a road system. We're going to create a town that surrounds Disney. We're going to call it Celebrate. We're going to create a entire city that is built around this theme park. And this is while Walt Disney is staring out at a swamp. That's what he's staring out at. And his brother says to him, you're insane. You're not going to get the money to do this. This is crazy. And everybody else is telling Walt Disney the same thing. And this quote from Walt Disney really kind of sums up the importance of capitalizing on your ideas and not letting other people get your golden ticket ideas down. Walt Disney said that the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. My coach, when I was doing a coaching program with Chris Video Group, my coach Audrey, she used to say frequently, done is better than perfect. I love that. I love that thought process. Done is better than perfect, because we can spend so much time thinking in our brains how to perfectly implement a golden ticket idea, thinking in our brains how we're going to kind of move the needle forward. But what we really need to be focused in on is how to actually implement a golden ticket idea. How are we going to actually start moving the needle towards that mission of completing or even just beginning the work of getting our golden ticket implemented? We have to start that. We have to start that process. We have to move forward in that way towards the golden ticket idea. And the only way to do that is to start the process, to start the journey. So again, when you see the swamp and you think to yourself, I've got a great idea about a theme park, and everybody's like, that's insane. You're crazy. That's never going to work. That marketing idea is bogus. That thought process towards how you want to revolutionize your practice, how you want to help clients, what you want to do in a sentencing hearing. You can't do that kind of stuff. You have to take some steps towards that. And maybe it is a terrible idea. Not all golden ticket ideas are really golden, right? Not all golden ticket ideas are great, but trial and error is in a lot of ways the path towards success. We learn from our failures more than we learn from our successes. Don't be afraid to take that next step. Final kind of reflection, final thought here. Felix Dennis said, ideas don't make you rich. The correct execution of ideas does. Ideas don't make you rich. The correct execution of ideas does. This goes back to that idea of the family member who has this great idea for an invention, right? Person is not going to get rich. That person is not going to implement the idea. $1 million idea is not $1 million idea until you start actually executing it, until you start actually implementing it. Doesn't help to have a golden ticket idea that never becomes a golden ticket practice. That's what we need, a golden ticket practice. Golden ticket ideas are great, but they're everywhere and everybody has them and everybody wants to share them. Everybody thinks about them, but it's the golden ticket practice, the golden ticket habits that change the way that we deliver our services, that change the lives of our clients, that offer a client a wow experience. A client doesn't benefit from a golden ticket idea. Clients don't benefit from your ideas. They benefit from your systems. They benefit from your processes that are in your internal organizational systems. So you have to be able to transition from golden ticket ideas to golden ticket practices. Have to be able to make that transition. So how do we do this? Well, one thing that we did yesterday after the huddle was we basically came up with a list of the ideas, and man, are they some awesome ideas. I'm super excited about the ideas that the team brought to the table. We are going to drastically improve our clients' lives if we implement these ideas. They're really good ideas. But then everybody was assigned a point as a point man on one of the ideas, and is going to be responsible for creating a project blueprint of how to actually implement that idea into our system. And maybe some of these ideas will not be implemented because they systematically are not going to be a good fit. They're systematically not going to work. But the goal was not to just have a golden ticket idea session, but to, from that, create action items, to create something that we can move forward on. Chris Video has an amazing tool. It's called a project blueprint. If you want to look up project blueprint, Chris Video, you'll see a free tool that Crisp has on their website that basically is just a very simple PDF that allows you to kind of take an idea from concept to implementation. Who's responsible? What is the project deadline? What needs to be done before the project deadline to make sure that the project is staying on schedule? That's the model that we are operating off of in terms of implementing these golden ticket ideas at the office. You have to have a process for turning your ideas as they come to you, for how you could improve your practice, how you can improve your schedule, returning emails, answering phone calls, the way that you speak to clients, how often you communicate with clients, the day in, day out tasks that are required. We can't improve them. That's the fun of being in the legal business, is there's always ways that we can improve the services that we are delivering to our clients, which is impacting the community. Because if we can change our clients' lives for the better, then we can change the community for the better. We can change the world for the better. Ultimately, most of us, that's one of the reasons why we do what we do, because we want to make a difference. We want to make a positive impact on the world. And we can do that through very small improvements to our office. But we have to be intentional, not just in coming up with these grand ideas, but how do we implement the golden ticket ideas at the practice? So when you've had your marketing retreat, when you've had your hours every week of time spent working on your business, and you get these amazing ideas of how to improve your marketing, how to improve your service, how to improve your expertise in the courtroom, figure out a way to take that golden ticket idea from concept to completion, from concept to practice. Hope this has been helpful. Look forward to speaking with you again next time. Hope you enjoyed today's episode of the podcast. If you did, please share the podcast with another freedom fighter in the criminal defense community, and be sure to leave us a rating on iTunes. See you next time.